Now, we would be treating async await. Now, I said in the last class, I said you use your async await to make your what your asynchronous code look like as if it is running line by line. Now, let me give you an example. So let's use our set timeout, which will be inside a promise. So let's have a function that basically does something. Let's say the function name is wait. So let's return a promise, and then we would have a resolve and a reject. We will not be rejecting this time around. So if I set timeout and I basically resolve, and basically say something like done, and I want to wait for, or let's say I want to wait for 5 seconds. So now, one thing about async await is that it is always used inside a function. It is always used inside a function, and the function uh, uh, must always be an async function. Like whenever you want to use async await, the function must always be an async function. So basically, you define your function using async, then the function, then you can say start. So can you see that? So we can have our console.log process is starting. Can you see that? Now let's have our process has ended. Now beforehand, if I call this this wait function, since there is a timeout there, it should skip this wait. It should skip it and move to what? It should skip it and move to this place. So let me print this. Okay. So can you see that? We had process is starting, then what? Process has ended. So let me show you something. Let's use then and say console.log processing. So can you see that it has skipped that wait? Can you see that? Which is not correct. It has skipped this wait, and it's actually say process is starting, the process has ended. Instead of process is starting, then processing, then process has ended. So that's the place where we need to use what async await. So how do I wait for this process to be done? So I can say something like const result is equals to await. So we want to await it, we want to wait for it. So we want to await it basically by waiting for it. So now I can say something like result. So let's print it together. So if I run this, so can you see process is starting, then it's waiting. Now processing, you will see. So can you see that? Process is starting, processing, now process has ended. Can you see that? So I bet you understand that. So that's all about async await. If you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. Thank you very much. We'll be moving into file handling in the next class.